At a glance, it would appear that Lebanon's rubbish crisis has been solved, at least in Beirut's upper-class neighborhood of Hamra, where the rubbish skips are now empty. But a few minutes drive away and you have to start holding your nose. The smell is revolting, the rubbish piled on street corners. After weeks of anti-government protests, authorities appear to be trying to resolve the problem, or at least make it go away. Waste is being taken off the streets, but the question many have been asking is where to, since the main landfill is closed. Take a look at this. Meter after meter. Rubbish as far as the eye can see. The capital's waste is being dumped by the sea next to Beirut's port. One of the Arab world's most famous seafronts, a symbol of romance, is now being lined with rubbish. Beirut is surrounded by mountains and greenery. From Mount Lebanon to Mount Hermon, the nature here is breathtaking. But that too is under threat. We're on top of one of the dozens of mountains that are scattered around Beirut. Lebanon's natural habitat is one of the things that attracts so many tourists each year. I'm going to put this mask on now, and the reason why I have to do this is because of this scene in front of me. The smell is disgusting. Piles of rubbish that authorities have been dumping here for several weeks now. It's important to note that just a couple of days ago, the amount of rubbish here was maybe 3 or 4 times as much. Locals tell us some of it was burned. Others, they claim it was dumped into the sea. But the amount that is still here is huge. And this scene is replicated across several other mountains around Beirut. And that's what's putting Lebanon's environment and its natural habitat at real risk. Joey Ayoub is one of the activists calling on people to protest on Saturday against the government's failure to deal with the rubbish. He's hopeful that Saturday's demonstration will not only help resolve the issue, but usher in a new phase for Lebanon.
Everyone knows that the system they live in is not a good system. This is something that, as I said, even those who belong to political parties know it quite clearly and say so all the time. We want to show them that they can demand for something new, that they can demand for their rights as a Lebanese citizen living in a nation, the basic system that you would have in most developed nations at least. And it's really as simple as that at the end of the day. We just don't have the basic standards of living.
Changing Lebanon's political reality could take years, if not more. Right now, however, a solution has to be found to deal with the country's rubbish, because the environmental damage that can be caused could very well be irreversible. Jamal Al-Shayal, Al Jazeera, Beirut.